Hello and welcome. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but as I was pulling together my notes for the banned book project and getting ready to start recording my summaries of the books I've read so far, I came across this article at newsweek.com that just really got my attention and is just mind-boggling. The article was published on September the 3rd, 2024, and there are regular updates because throughout the article it says the person who wrote it had reached out to different people. So as they're hearing back from various school districts, they're adding those comments as well. So here's the deal. Ron DeSantis, back in 2022, had enacted legislation about banning materials in schools. And if you're wondering why I'm looking down, I'm reading from the article itself. Now, that legislation was enacted in July 2023, which is when they started removing a bunch of books from the shelves. Many of them, if you've looked into the banned book project, are older novels, so it really wasn't going to get too much attention, sadly. But once you throw Stephen King's name into the mix, you're going to get noticed, not just by Mr. King himself, but as this article now points out, by 6 publishing houses as well. So to give you a little snippet of what's going on, there are now over 50 Stephen King titles that are being banned in the state of Florida. Contrary to what my thumbnail may imply, no, I do not agree with Mr. DeSantis or any of this book banning issue. But because they've gone so huge into banning Stephen King's books, they got the attention of the publishers. That may not be a bad thing, depending on how this all plays out in court. Yes, I said court. According to this article from Newsweek, there are 6 major publishing houses who have now put forth a lawsuit. They are basically saying that Florida's law violates the First Amendment right to free speech. Stephen King is also named in the lawsuit. To give you an idea of why these publishing houses are finally stepping up, and I mean, the banning books has been going on for a while, sadly. As I've also mentioned, quite often they're older books, probably not big sellers, tend to fly under the radar quite often. Most recently, one of the books I've heard of being banned is Sarah J. Maas, one of her series. So that's going to start getting publishing houses to notice. But this particular issue in Florida, to give you an idea, go to newsweek.com, which I'll add below, and just look up Stephen King's banned books. Collier County Public Schools have banned 16 of his books. Clay County really doesn't like Mr. King. 72 of his titles have been removed from those school shelves. Escambia County, 25 titles have been removed. And in Santa Rosa, there have been 7. Okaloosa only has 1 removed, and that was it. Not as in final, as in the book It. Now you understand why the publishing houses would finally be interested in starting to curb some of this banned book willy-nilly, let's just get them off the school shelves. That's a lot of books. I mean, I had to count it 3 times to be sure I was right that in one school county, 72 titles, and those are just Stephen King. So keep in mind, there's a whole lot of other authors disappearing off of school shelves, not just in Florida, not just in the United States. It's happening here in Canada as well, and people really need to pay attention to this. There's a number of booktubers who certainly have. MJ at Reading This Life began the whole banned book project. Check out her channel. I'll leave a link down below, as well as go to hashtag 24BB to see what other people have been reading and saying about the banned book issue. There's a number of different booktubers who are involved in the project. I was just getting into doing the wrap up. I saw this article and oh, mamma mia, I really wonder where the world is going. In any case, I am glad that at least the book publishers are starting to step up. Perhaps they'll do more than just deal with some of this in Florida. I certainly hope that people in the various school counties and here in the provinces, start stepping up and looking at this, because this isn't just a few things starting to disappear. I'm noticing when I go to the library, there's fewer and fewer resources available. That isn't just about your freedom of speech. That's about losing your ability to get reading materials for free. And not everybody has an e-reader or Libby, and they can't access those types of technological reading materials. So the more that these physical books keep disappearing, that limits the amount of material that people have, yes, Tiki has joined me, to have access to enjoy being able to read and get different viewpoints and different ideas. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was really important for people to know. I don't know how many people will watch this, but if you do, please talk to other people about what's going on, not just in Florida, but all over the place, and have those important conversations with people. Let me know in the comments down below if the banned book issue is of importance to you. Have you been noticing changes in your own public library, in your own public schools? It's a big issue, so until next time, keep reading, stay aware, and take good care.